What's up, guys? I'm gonna make a quick video about Jimmy Butler. We're supposed to be meeting up with Jimmy Butler tomorrow on Sunday. I don't know what time it's supposed to be, but we're gonna be meeting up with him, having a meeting with him or whatever. He's going to actually be meeting with us in Houston. We're pretty much the two teams that are in the race for Jimmy Butler. I was looking at Jimmy Butler's age, and I come to figure out this guy is 30 years old, and he has chronic knee issues. He had the same knee issue Dwayne Wade has had in his career, and Dwayne Wade's dealt with his whole career. So Jimmy Butler's he got that meniscus tear a few years ago, I think a year and a half ago, something like that. He got a meniscus tear injury. So and he got it taken out instead of repaired. So this guy's a 30-year-old guard that has a bad knee, chronic knee issues, and we're looking to give him a max contract. Now, I think the Miami Heat actually need to think long and hard about this because, by the time this guy turned, would it be at the end of his contract, like 33, 34? By the time he's 33, 34 years old, you can be looking at a guy that's pretty much like Chris Paul. He's injury prone, and he's getting paid way too much. The same thing Houston's dealing with right now. So that's the only cons about getting a guy like Jimmy Butler. Well, it's also he has a history of being a problem in the locker room or whatever. This guy, I'm hearing he's a locker room cancer. We've seen it with Chicago. We've seen it with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We've seen it with him and Joel Embiid. This guy is he could be a cancer in the locker room. Is he a phenomenal player? Yes, I think he's a B+ player, but he's a two-way player. Something I like that. I like that style of play in the NBA. A guy that can play defense and score. But as far as his baggage, he has a lot of baggage, guys, as far as injuries and locker room problems. But he does display what the Miami Heat's all about, and that's grind, that's getting better every day, it's working on your game. He's a better version of Justice Winslow, Josh Richardson. He could play defense and offense, and he could do it very well. And he's very competitive. That's what I like about him. He's I'm a very competitive person by nature also. He's a very competitive person. So, that's another positive, because a lot of guys in the NBA are not that competitive, but Jimmy Butler is one of those guys that's competitive. He's a guy that came from nothing. I think the Miami Heat do need him. They don't need him, but they also do need him, because the direction the Miami Heat's going in right now, it's not good at all, guys. They're drafting players that we don't need or don't fit this team. They're just doing a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense. They're not doing anything. We've been irrelevant for 5 years, and it's only going to get worse if we don't do anything about it. So Jimmy Butler, can be a piece in the right direction if we can, contain him. Now, obviously, we'll have to do a sign and trade to get him, like a Son Whiteside, a Gordon Dragic, maybe a Deion Waiters. Yeah, a lot of guys are going to get traded if we were to acquire Jimmy Butler and give him a long-term contract. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. I'm not going to get overly excited about this. Gordon Hayward was also a guy that wanted to come to the Miami Heat, and look where he's at right now. So speaking of that situation, I also want a play. It would be good for us to get a player with Jimmy Butler, and what I mean by that is someone to pair with Jimmy Butler. I don't want Jimmy Butler just coming along, a 30-year-old guard coming along by himself with knee injuries. I want him to be paired up with Kyrie Irving or more realistically at Kemba Walker. I don't know why the hell this Kemba Walker wants to go to the Boston Celtics. Like, why do you want to go to Boston Celtics? That team is very unloyal to its players. See what it did to Paul Pierce. See what they did to Isaiah Thomas. They don't give a damn about you. If they're done with you and you're no good to them, they're gonna trade your ass. That's what they are. Danny Ainge is a dealer. That's what he does. I don't understand why Kevin Walker would want to go to Boston, but pretty much it's finalized or whatever, he's pretty much going to Boston. But back to Jimmy Butler, like I was saying, I just want him to be paired with someone. I don't want this guy just coming along in free agency and then Pat Riley just thinking, well, I did my job. Pat Riley gets away with a lot of shit. He got away with the big three thing. He gets way too much credit for the big three thing. That was more of a player deal than Pat Riley bringing LeBron and Chris Bosh to Miami. This Jimmy Butler thing is going to be because of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler actually wants to play in Miami. He's a guy that he doesn't really care that much about Pat Riley. He wants to play in Miami. Dwayne Wade's one of his best friends. He wants to be here. So, I'm not saying because Dwayne Wade's still playing, but Dwayne Wade will, even retired, he wants to still play for a team that Dwayne Wade has made a legacy in. So, I don't understand. I don't want Pat Riley getting way too much credit for this shit. But like I was saying, Jimmy Butler would be a great pickup, but would be even a better asset if we were to pair a guy like Kyrie Irving with him. Now, the reason why I say Kyrie Irving, because I think we do have a good shot at getting Kyrie Irving. Brooklyn doesn't want Kyrie Irving unless they get Durant or Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's not interested in Brooklyn. What's his face? I'm thinking Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard are possibly going to team up together. So I don't see Kyrie Irving going to the LA Lakers. I don't see him going to the LA Clippers, and I don't see him going to Brooklyn. So where does that leave us? It leaves him with Miami. I think he can easily, go with, team up with Jimmy Butler and come down here to South Beach. If Pat Riley could do the right thing this summer and free up cap space, the sky's the limit. And that's all I'm pretty much going to say about that in this video. I think the sky is the limit. If Pat Riley can get these contracts out the way, go get Jimmy Butler, and possibly go get a guy like Kyrie Irving to pair up with Jimmy Butler, and then we can see from there. Because we can still have a guy like Richardson, Winslow, Bam, all supporting those two players, and us possibly being one of the best teams in the East. But it has to start with sign and trade. It has to start with getting a guy like Jimmy Butler, and then Kyrie Irving, eventually falling to Miami's lap or hands, and then we continue to build from there. So it just all depends, guy. A lot of dominoes could fall in the right place. We can get very lucky this summer if things work out the way they're supposed to work out. But that's all I have to say. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. He left for 305 out. Let's get it.